If you think gardening ends when it gets cold, you're missing out on one of the biggest secrets in the gardening world. November isn't the end. It's the reset button. It's the month that separates the once-a-year gardeners from the ones who grow smarter, not harder. Because while everyone else is packing up their tools and complaining about frost, you could be planting crops that love the cold, ones that quietly grow all winter and explode with flavor and life in spring. Today, we're going through 15 crops you can plant right now, in November, that will completely change how you think about your garden. 1. Garlic. The November MVP. If November had a mascot, it'd be garlic. This crop is so low effort, yet so rewarding, it almost feels unfair. You literally take a clove, stick it in the ground pointy side up, and nature does the rest. Garlic actually needs the cold to do its thing. That winter chill triggers the bulb to split into all those perfect little cloves. Here's how I do it. Break apart a bulb, pick the biggest cloves, and plant them about 2 inches deep, roughly 6 inches apart. Then cover with a thick blanket of straw, dried leaves, or whatever mulch you've got handy. In cold regions, hardneck varieties are your best friend. They handle freezing weather like champs and give you those curly scapes in spring. In warmer places, go with softneck. They store longer. By the time you're grilling burgers next summer, you'll be pulling out bulbs that look like they came straight from a farmer's market. Plant it once now, and it'll quietly do its thing all winter. You'll thank yourself every time you cook. 2. Onions. Patience pays off. Onions are the long game of gardening. They're not flashy, but they're reliable. When you plant onion sets or seedlings in November, you're basically setting the stage for next year's harvest. All winter, while everything else sleeps, those little bulbs are down there building roots, toughening up for spring. And then suddenly, when the soil warms, boom, they shoot up. If you're somewhere with freezing winters, go for overwintering types like Tough Ball or High Keeper. Give them well-drained soil and a layer of straw mulch to keep the roots cozy. If you're in a milder area, you'll be amazed how fast they establish and start growing again after the cold snap. The trick is not to overthink it. Onions are quiet workers. You won't see much above ground for months, but underground? They're busy preparing your best harvest yet. They're like the gardeners of the plant world, patient, steady, and dependable. 3. Spinach. Sweeter in the frost. Spinach is one of the few crops that actually improves in cold weather. It's true. Frost triggers the plant to turn starches into sugars, giving you tender, sweet leaves that taste way better than summer spinach. You can sow it directly in the soil right now. Scatter the seeds, cover lightly, and keep it moist until they sprout. Then mulch it with straw or leaves to protect the roots. In mild climates, you can harvest spinach all winter. In colder areas, it'll go dormant during deep freezes but bounce back fast in early spring. If you want a variety that really handles cold, go for Bloomsdale Long Standing or Giant Winter. And if you've ever had fresh spinach sautéed with garlic from your own garden in February, man, that's one of those small joys that makes winter gardening worth it. 4. Kale. The winter powerhouse. If spinach is sweet, kale is fearless. It's the ultimate winter green. You could have snow on the ground, and kale will still be there, standing tall like it owns the place. Kale actually likes cold. It gets sweeter after frost. The texture softens, and the flavor deepens. You can plant it directly in the soil, or start it in pots if it's already freezing outside. Varieties like Winterbore, Red Russian, or Lacinato handle cold beautifully. I like to mulch around the base to protect the roots. It's like tucking it in for winter. And here's a bonus tip. If you keep harvesting the outer leaves, the plant will keep producing new ones all through spring. Kale's not just food. It's your garden's badge of honor. It says, yeah, I garden year-round. 5. Lettuce. The underrated winter green. You'd think lettuce is fragile, right? But cold-hardy varieties can handle way more than people expect. I'm talking about types like Winter Density, Arctic King, or Marvel of Four Seasons. They don't mind the chill at all. You can direct sow the seeds in the soil or start them indoors and transplant them later. If you've got a small tunnel, cold frame, or even an old clear storage bin, that's perfect. Lettuce loves the protection. The slower growth in winter gives it this crisp texture and mild, rich flavor. If you've never cut your own salad greens in the middle of December, trust me, it's a feeling. Just keep slugs away with crushed eggshells or coffee grounds, and you're good to go. Fresh lettuce in winter feels like breaking the rules, in the best way possible. 6. Carrots. Candy from the cold. Cold turns carrots into candy. No joke. The chill signals the plant to store more sugars to protect itself from freezing, and that's what makes the flavor so sweet and crunchy. You can plant them now if your soil's still workable. Go for Napoli, Autumn King, or Bolero, all great for late planting. The key is loose, deep soil. Carrots need room to grow straight. Once they sprout, cover them with a few inches of straw or leaves. They'll grow slowly all winter, and when spring comes, you'll have some of the best carrots you've ever tasted. In freezing areas, think of your mulch as a fridge. Just pull it back and harvest as needed. You'll be amazed how fresh they stay underground. It's like nature's root cellar, but free. 7. Beets. Double duty delights. Beets are a 2-for-1 deal. The roots and the greens are delicious. Plant them now and they'll germinate before the deep cold, then chill quietly through winter until warmer days wake them up again. Go for Detroit Dark Red, Chioggia, or Golden Beets. They all handle cool temps like pros. I love planting them in rows and covering the soil with straw mulch to keep the ground from freezing too hard. In mild zones, you can even harvest the baby leaves all winter for salads. Then, come spring, those roots will be big, sweet, and earthy, perfect for roasting. They're low maintenance, beautiful in the garden, and they actually help improve your soil structure while they grow. It's like getting a harvest and a soil upgrade at the same time. 8. Broad beans, the overachievers. Broad beans, or fava beans, are one of those crops that love to prove people wrong. Most folks think beans are for summer, but these thrive in the cold. Plant them about 2 inches deep and give them a bit of mulch. That's all they need. They'll grow strong roots through winter and take off like rockets in spring. Varieties like Acqua Dulce Claudia or Super Agua Dulce are made for November planting. They'll even fix nitrogen in your soil, meaning they're basically feeding your garden while you sleep. When they flower, the smell is incredible. And when you finally get those pods, they're buttery, nutty, and totally worth the wait. If you've never had fresh fava beans straight from the pod, it's one of the best garden snacks there is. 9. Peas, quiet winter workers. Peas love cool weather. Plant them in November, and they'll quietly root themselves before winter. Then the second the days start getting longer, they shoot up and give you the earliest harvest in spring. Use a trellis, some netting, or even a few sticks for them to climb. They'll thank you later. Varieties like Meteor or Kelvedon Wonder are perfect for this time of year. In cold climates, mulch them well, and maybe throw a frost cloth on top for the worst nights. The best part? You'll be harvesting peas when everyone else is still just talking about planting theirs. They're crisp, sweet, and perfect for tossing into stir-fries or snacking right off the vine. 10. Radishes. Quick wins for winter. If patience isn't your thing, radishes are your crop. They're the fastest growing root you can plant right now. Sow them directly in the soil, about an inch apart, and they'll germinate quickly, even in the cold. Go for varieties like French Breakfast, Daikon, or Cherry Belle, depending on how spicy or mild you like them. In mild zones, you'll get fresh radishes in just a few weeks. In colder ones, they'll overwinter and pop up early in spring. They're perfect for adding color and crunch to winter meals, and their roots even help break up compact soil for your next crops. Cold weather makes them extra crisp and juicy, like nature's peppery snack straight from the ground. 11. Parsley. Green, all winter. Parsley doesn't get enough love. It's tough, dependable, and actually loves cool weather. Plant it now, and it'll grow slowly through the cold months. Flat-leaf parsley, Italian, is great for flavor. Curly parsley is beautiful for garnish. I like planting both. If you give it a light cover, even just a layer of straw, it'll stay green all winter in mild climates and bounce right back in spring elsewhere. It's one of those herbs that just keeps giving. And once you've had soup or roasted veggies with your own fresh parsley in February, you'll never skip planting it again. It's also a great pollinator attractor once it flowers, so it earns its spot every year. 12. Cilantro. Cold weather secret weapon. You know how cilantro bolts the second summer starts? Not in winter. Cool weather keeps it calm and leafy for months. Plant it now, and it'll grow steady, flavorful leaves that taste better than anything you'll buy at the store. Keep the soil slightly moist and harvest the outer leaves regularly to encourage new ones. In mild climates, it'll last all winter. In colder ones, it'll rest and come back as soon as the snow melts. And if you let it go to seed, those seeds are coriander, which means you've got 2 crops for the price of 1. Winter cilantro is the version that never betrays you. 13. Thyme. Tougher than it looks. Thyme is one of those herbs you plant once and basically forget about. In the best way possible. It's perennial, evergreen, and completely unbothered by frost. Planted along garden edges where it can sprawl a bit. It'll settle in over winter and start bursting with growth once spring arrives. I like using thyme in roasted veggies or stews during winter. It gives that earthy, warm aroma that feels like comfort food. It also smells amazing, just brushing past it. Once you have thyme in your garden, it's like having a reliable friend that's always there when you need it. Hardy, low maintenance, and perfect for cold months. 14. Chives. First to wake, last to leave. Chives are one of the first plants to wake up in spring, and that's exactly why you want to plant them now. Once established, they'll come back year after year without any effort. They're tough, frost-tolerant, and don't mind being ignored. Cover them with a little mulch for protection, and they'll pop back up early next season with fresh green shoots. Those shoots are perfect in eggs, soups, or on top of roasted potatoes. And when they flower, those purple blossoms are edible too. If you've ever had a salad with chive blossoms, you know what I mean. They're beautiful, tasty, and make you feel fancy for free. 15. Mâche, the hidden gem. Mâche, or lamb's lettuce, is one of those crops that almost feels too good to be true. It's soft, nutty, and thrives in weather that would kill most other greens. You can sow it right on the soil's surface and gently rake it in. It'll germinate even when it's cold. This plant laughs at frost. It's one of the few that stays perfect even under snow. If you're in a mild zone, you can harvest fresh mâche all winter long. In colder areas, it'll rest and burst back to life in spring. It's my go-to salad green when everything else looks dead. Once you taste it, you'll wonder how it's not in every grocery store. So there you have it, 15 crops that prove gardening doesn't stop when the cold hits. With just a few minutes of planting now, you can have greens and roots growing quietly all winter long. Some of these crops will feed you through the cold months, and others will explode with life in spring. Either way, you win. The trick is to work with the season, not against it. Trust me, once you've tasted your own spinach or carrots in the middle of winter, you'll never skip a November planting again. If you like this one, hit subscribe. Your future garden will thank you for it.